Welcome to another episode of the Positively Insane Podcast with your host and spirit guide, Kevin Alexander.
What's up? Fucking didn't get an episode up over the weekend like I was hoping. Had some shit going on, so I'm dropping one tonight. Quick one after work. I've been thinking about this topic for a while. It's not a super important topic. The last couple episodes were heavy in nature, so I wanted to lighten it up a little bit. But I didn't really want to go deep and tell one of my goofy stories I'm saving for later. So I just decided that, because I work in the outside of having probably one of the most successful podcasts in the nation, I work in the fast food industry. And I got a lot of fucking shit to say about customers. Not just in the fast food industry, but customers in general. But specifically in the fast food industry. One thing in particular that you motherfuckers need to know is there's a thing called drive time. And now, drive time is how quickly we get the food out the drive-through window to you once you've pulled up, and basically the time the clock starts ticking as soon as you pull up to that speaker. And we have set time limits that we have to meet, and we get bitched at on the daily if we're not meeting these timelines, these time limits. You know, depending on the day, or not the day, but depending on the time of day, whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner. At least at my store, it changes, and I've worked at 2 different fast food restaurants, but it's very similar in both places. So I'm assuming for almost every fast food restaurant, this is a very similar concept. Excuse me. Now, on average, it's somewhere between 2.5 minutes to 3.5 minutes, depending on the time of day, that we have to get the food completely cooked, prepared, put together, and handed to you so you can drive the fuck away from our drive-thru window and restart the clock. And 2.5 to 3.5 minutes. And if we're not hitting those records, we're getting fucked up. And various things will happen if we don't hit those things. You know, our bosses will get chewed out, we get chewed out, and we're constantly pressured on the regular, in the middle of the busiest times of the day. We're constantly being pushed. The guy at the counter, or not the counter, but the guy making the food in the kitchen, he putting it together, slinging those burgers. He's got one of the hardest jobs and the most intensive jobs in the store during like lunch rush and dinner rush. You know, a lot of pressure is on him. He's got to put those sandwiches together. He's got to run the fryers, and he's got to put the food, or he's got to do the burgers in the grill. If certain stores have grills, certain places have broilers, and it just all depends on how many people they have on the shift. Some days you have enough people, some days you don't. Some days it's just that one guy slinging all the food, running the fryers, and doing the grill and the broiler. And he's got to get all of that shit done in these time limits, these drive times. And if he doesn't, he gets bitched at. And it's a team effort. It's not just him. You know, the people who put the food in the bag, the people who, shovel the fries into the fucking fry boxes and shit like that, and the people who hand the food out the window, they're part of the team as well. But primarily, the most time is spent making the food and preparing it and putting it together, wrapping it and throwing it up there. Now, they can't get that done if you fucking pull up to the drive-thru and you spend 5 fucking minutes staring at the goddamn menu. First of all, do us a goddamn favor. Have some idea of what you want when you show up to the restaurant. And if you don't fucking know, get off your lazy fucking ass and come in the goddamn store. I mean, It's ridiculous. Tonight we had someone sit there for 5 fucking minutes, and all they got was a fucking cherry icy. A cherry icy. They were asked multiple times, "Is there anything we can help you find, sir?" "Oh, no, I'm just looking. You know, and I understand, you guys don't know. The average customer doesn't know about drive times. This is a public service announcement, motherfuckers. All right? There is etiquette. You know, there is drive-through etiquette. Show up. If you don't know what the fuck you want, either go inside or order a number 1 and get the fuck on with your day. And second of all, when you show up, this is also drive time related, when you show up to the drive-through and you're on your motherfucking cell phone, come on. Seriously, not only are you holding up the customers behind you, and even if there aren't customers behind you, you still are killing my fucking drive time. Now, there's bonuses that I get when I hit my drive time. You know, I get certain, I don't know, I believe it's never happened because it's so fucking hard to hit drive time with customers that just sit there with a thumb up their ass. But supposedly I get like $100, you know, per quarter or per trimester or whatever. It might even, if we hit our drive times consecutively without any fuck-ups, we get $100. Not only that, but we got these free meal cards, and if I get enough signatures on it, I get a free meal. And I was getting one of those a week for like the first 2 months, and I don't know what the fuck happened, but shit just went downhill. And for a guy like me, I don't have a lot of fucking money. Sometimes a free meal, that helps out. And I don't get my fucking free meal when you're sitting there having a conversation with your fucking grandmother or whoever on the goddamn cell phone. When you pull up to the fucking drive-through speaker, the menu, motherfucker, that phone better be off. Otherwise, you're a piece of shit. You're a fucking piece of shit. And legitimately, come on, have some fucking respect, have some common courtesy. Not only that, here's another thing. And when you show up with your fucking children in the back seat, don't sit there for fucking 10 minutes letting them lollygag, trying to figure out what the fuck they want to eat, what the fuck they want to drink. Do they want applesauce? Do they want chocolate milk or white milk? Motherfucker, if they can't make up their mind, you make up their mind for them. And if they're sitting back there screaming and giving you shit, this is what you do. From my perspective, okay? Now, from my perspective, as the employee inside the store waiting for you to make a fucking order, you turn around, you look your kid in the eye, and you fucking smack him upside the goddamn head. That's how you do it. That's how my dad did it. And I tell you what, I made up my mind real fucking fast. Now, I'm not actually advocating you beat your fucking kids. Most of this is, consider this just ranting in a humorous fashion, all right? Don't crawl up my asshole over fucking child abuse. But sometimes your kids need to be hit. And this is one of those situations. You know, when you show up to the fucking drive-thru, have an idea of what you want. This isn't your first time. It can't be. This can't be your first time at this particular restaurant's drive-thru. You know, have an idea, motherfuckers. Come on. Some of you are repeat customers. And you're just sitting there chilling. And not only that, but when you pull up and your order has to be made fresh because for whatever reason, it's the end of the day, our chicken, we don't hold our chicken products or whatever, so it's going to be a 7-minute wait on your fucking meal. And the girl at the drive-thru window asks you to please pull ahead to where we have motherfuckers wait for their meal, and you give her fucking attitude about that, you're a fucking asshole. You don't need to just sit there and chill at the window because you're driving up our fucking drive times. Don't be a dick. Pull ahead. I don't care if there's nobody behind you. It does us a favor. You know, the fast food industry I've worked a lot of jobs. I've been a slot technician, a slot attendant at a casino. I've worked in various warehouses. I've worked in various manufacturing industries. I've put together boats. I've put together ATVs, snowmobiles, 6x6s. I've worked at 2 different fast food restaurants. I've worked a lot of different jobs. And I have to tell you, of all the jobs I've had, the fast food industry has been the most stressful. It's the highest paced job I've ever had. It's the most stress I've ever had to deal with. It's the most bullshit I've ever had to deal with. And I'm making minimum wage. To those motherfuckers who think fast food employees don't deserve a living wage, and you can't really live on minimum wage. I live in a shitty ass studio apartment in a shitty ass building just so I could work this job and be somewhat, I don't have to live with somebody else. I'm not out on the streets. I'm not really complaining. If I wanted better right now, I would get better. But the fact that there are people out there who think fast food employees don't deserve a better wage, they're fucking crazy. Come do my job for a day. No. Come do my job for a week. Because one day out of the week, you might get lucky and get a slow day. Because it's not just the making of the food I have to do. It's not just the fryers I have to handle. It's not just the grill I got to take care of or the broiler I got to take care of. No, I got to do it fucking all, and I got to do it with a smile on my face. And then somehow, while I'm trying to serve all you asshole customers, I still have to break down the kitchen. I still have to do all the fucking dishes. I have to sweep and mop that entire fucking place. And I have to make sure that my kitchen, primarily, is clean to the standards of the restaurant industry. You can't walk, and I can't go home until it's fucking done. Sometimes I'm not out. We close the store at 11 o'clock. Sometimes I'm not out of there until 3 in the morning. Till 3 in the goddamn morning. And a lot of that has to do with customers that don't understand the etiquette of a fast food. Like, if you're going to show up 10 minutes before close and order 16 fucking cheeseburgers, you're a piece of shit. Call ahead, motherfucker. Have some decency. When you get there, ask, hey, if you don't know, how late are you open? And if it's 10 minutes to fucking close, don't order 16 cheeseburgers, asshole. Because chances are, we don't have 16 burger patties. And at this, we can't just wait until closing to start doing our shit. No, we have to start doing it early. We have to start breaking shit down early. I got to be doing dishes early. I got to be making sure I don't have a lot of waste at the end of the fucking night. So I don't have 16 fucking patties sitting there for your dumbass to show up at 10:50 and order those. And I got to stop doing whatever it is I'm doing, probably doing dishes at that time of night, and I got to come spend, it's going to take me 2 minutes to cook, your 16 fucking burger patties, and then I got to make them 16 fucking cheeseburgers all by myself, because at that time of night, it's just the 2 of us. Sometimes 3, but the other person is the lobby person. They're not in the fucking kitchen. When you show up an hour to 2 hours before close, it's just one person in that kitchen and just one person at the counter. And you're going to order this big-ass fucking order and then be a dick about it when you got to fucking wait? Nah, suck my fucking balls, man. Have some goddamn courtesy. Seriously. If you're going to order something big, the last hour before close, call ahead. It doesn't take that much effort. Call ahead. Let us fucking know. We'll have it ready for you when you get there. Don't be a fucking dick. You know what I'm saying? Not only that, but when because we close the lobby an hour before drive-thru closes. Our lobby closes at 10 o'clock. Drive-thru closes at 11. Those times haven't changed in the entire time I've worked there. They haven't changed at all. Don't come in the lobby at 9:50, 9:55 with your entire fucking family and order a bunch of shit and then hang out in the lobby. Because we're supposed to close that shit at 10, but when you come in at 9:55, we can't turn you away, we can't say no, and we can't lock those doors until you fucking leave. And because people see you just lollygagging in the lobby with